This is Baba Steve. Today is 7th of December and the beautiful Christmas is coming. I can see the wind, a cold wind, especially in Sarasota, Florida, where I'm sitting at the farm, a beautiful tree behind me. And I want to talk to you today about Trump and nakedness. It was 1973, 6:30 in the evening. It was 14th of August. And about 4 o'clock, my loved one got the contractions. Took her to the hospital and she's gonna have a baby. At 6:30, my friend delivered my firstborn. And when I saw her, naturally, it was XNX. All the XXX chromosome, the female. I hold the baby and tap the back, and she breathed and she cried. And that was the connection with the existence. Even at that time, I was teaching about unconditional love. And as soon as I saw her, the total innocence, the wild, the oneness, the ecstasy, the beautiful, the eyes, the nose, the ears, the mouth, the hands. I see her fingers, all the fingers in the hand. I see the toes. And I handed her to my loved one. She was awake. She only had a spinal subdural anesthesia. And it was beautiful. And as she grew up, the innocence started disappearing. The wildness started disappearing. And she got engaged in this world of illusion through her family, through religion, through society and the education. Now she's a beautiful life, a beautiful woman, and she has a beautiful husband, a God-gifted person, a God-fearing person, and two beautiful children. One is 9-year-old and one is 7-year-old. It was last December of 2015 when I was ready to write this book called The Prescription for Unconditional Consciousness. And I was preparing for Donald Trump because I saw him on the TV that he was a vibrant, energetic, open oneness, and he had a aura. I see that he's trying to take this country in a different direction because of his personal experience. And I talked to my daughter, hugged her, and on 25th of December we all get together, and she brought me a beautiful picture of my two grandchildren. And on that she wrote it, unconditional consciousness. And they both are laughing. I see them. And I start writing this book, and I see Donald Trump, a beautiful soul, intelligent man, a honest man, and he has all the luxury, the objective thing in his life. And I knew from the sensation that he's going to win. And that is called the conditional consciousness. Anyone. Even on 24th of October, before I was leaving to India in 2016, I saw him, his count was down. I looked at him when I was in Tampa, and he looked at me, and through mesmerism, the vibration, the energy, the Ritam Bhara Pragya, I told him to become naked, to let his ego go away, to come back to his innocence, to come back to oneness, to come back to life, come back to creativity. And he did that. It was beautiful. I see him now. Every day I'm reading the newspaper. Just last night, Aaron Burnett, Anderson Cooper, they start showing that he's have an open rally in North Carolina. And that was beautiful. He came and talked. And I see him, he's trying to make the United States, the America, the great again. His ego, his pride is running. He has totally engulfed himself like anybody else. The light of his inside, the Christ life, the light, is not still shining. He has not become a witness to himself, to his body and the mind. And I tell you, we have to become naked to let our ego, the pride, the lust go at the same time. When we let that go, that's where the innocence and the wildness and the clarity of that baby when we were born was there. I realized myself, when I was 15 years of age, I started learning this. My father, who was my friend, a guru, who taught me. And now I see myself in a situation that we have created this book called the Prescription for Conditioned Unconsciousness. And let me tell you a real story. Alexander the Great, who conquered half of the world, and he ended up in India. And at that place, he was looking for a sannyasi, because the Aristotle, his guru, told him, when you go to India, bring a sannyasi with me. And you know, Alexander the Great, who was only 36 years of age, and he conquered the half of the world, and he ended up in India. And 10,000 years ago, India used to be called the Golden Sparrow. There were sannyasis for the golden age. And then other organizations came, the Buddha came. Alexander came 500 years after Buddha. And now he's looking for a sannyasi. And he traveled from one place to another place, one village to another village, and he's looking for a sannyasi. Somebody told him, if you would have come 200 years before, you would have found it. You are way behind. We are in a world of illusion now. And you are trying to conquer India too. And that's great. Finally, he ended up in a small village. And there, one guy told him, go to that river. There's a one sannyasi. Go find him. So Alexander goes there, and he has all the intelligent people with him. And they say, that sannyasi is sitting under a tree. And he is totally naked. Alexander sent his 4 soldiers with the open sword, and they go to him. And they say to him, Alexander wants you to come and see him. He says, look, I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. If you want him to come here, I welcome him. He says, if you don't go, we will kill you. He said, if you kill me, so what are you going to take? A dead body? You don't know what a witness is. And if you watch me, that you want to kill me, you are watching, I'm watching you. But you are all asleep. I'm totally awake. You think that I don't know what's going on? You are in a different illusion. And your Alexander is also sleeping. Or they go back and tell the Alexander. Now the Alexander comes and he looks at him. He's totally naked. And he says, I want to take you because the Aristotle told me I need to take the sannyasi with me. He said, I cannot go with you. He said, if you don't go with me, I will cut your head off. He says, let me tell you, you are sleeping. I have to wake you up. You don't understand. I'm a witness of my own body. If you cut my head off, as you are watching and I'm watching myself, you can't take my witness away. You can take my body. You can cut me into pieces. But that's nothing. You can't take my witness away. That witness is my consciousness. That's my innocence. That's my wildness. That's my nakedness. You can't take that away. He started looking at him and he says, what do you mean by witnesses? I need to learn that. He said, come closer. As he coming closer and closer, the sannyasi's name was Dandi, Swami. Dandi means a stick, a Swami. And as he come closer and closer, and he looked at him, his body completely disappeared. He could not see nothing. Now Dandi Swami start talking. Can you see me? He says, no. I say, you're completely blind. Can you see me? He could not see because he was totally blind. And Alexander could not figure out what's going on. And the Dandi Swami, he took his hand and he put on Alexander's shoulder. He said, can you see me? Can you feel me? He says, yes. I say, I'm the witness. I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. Alexander bowed down and he says, I have to take you, because that's what he was talking about, to bring that Swami, that sannyasi from India. He says, no. He says, I will give you all the facilities and all the place to sleep and all the kingdom what you want. He says, no. I'm here. This is my home. This is my innocence. This is my wildness. This is my infinity. This is my bliss. This is my ecstasy. This is my life, which is vibrating and pulsating. I want you to become life. Alexander never understood. At the age of 36, he died. He never understood the word of witness. And I see Donald Trump, same way. He's not there. He's sitting at the periphery. And he's getting his pampered by all these people. And they're all sleeping too. Because they are all confused. They're all living in the material world. They want a house, they want a car, they want a food. They want a peace of mind. They don't understand what a peace of mind is. And Donald Trump is also looking at peace of mind. Where is this peace of mind? He's just drumming all the stuff. He's visiting all the places, wherever he won. But he's totally covered. His innocence is gone. I see a little bit by his smile. He's trying to get it. And Jesus Christ, when he totally become naked and unconditional from India, when he came back, and that's what the people in the United States need, that nakedness of Jesus Christ, the pureness, the oneness, the ecstasy, the bliss, the unconditional consciousness, the unconditional love, the unconditional feeling. Everything Donald Trump is creating is a condition. Everybody in the United States is creating same thing, condition. And they're running away from this life, which is vibrating and pulsating. They have to learn that. How to become totally naked. how to become oneness, being yourself, the innocence what a baby was when you were. And let me tell you about the babies. I got a grandson, Emmett. I tell you, he's about 9 months old. And I see the smile. And every time I see him, he smiles. Last night, I saw he was sucking his mother's milk. And as soon as he heard my voice, Emmett, he looked at me, smiled, goes back and sucks again. And see how wild he is, how innocent he is. Then today I visited my another grandson, Cam, who is about 1.5 years old, running wildly, innocence, jumping all over. And I say, Cam, he's running to me. And I hold him. And his mom says, what's going on? I said, this is the life. He has unconditional love, unconditional consciousness. You are trying to build him up. And as you are building up totally conditioned unconsciousness, you are reducing his life. He's running away from life. Let's not do that. But you can do in a different way and teach him. Just keep loving. And that's what we need. And that's what Donald Trump needs. And that everybody in the United States needs that. To make the America great again, the life again. To have it. Are they all looking for all peace of mind? And let me tell you about peace of mind. There was a rich man who has all the money in the world, and now he's confused. He has high blood pressure, diabetic, liver failure, obesity. At least he didn't have the cancer, but he cannot walk, he cannot breathe. He was taking all kind of medications, and he was looking for a peace. So what happened? He took all his gold, jewelries, and he's taking to the place to find out how can he find out the peace in his mind. You know, the mind can never bring you peace. And mind has to disappear before a peace comes. When a peace comes, the mind is not there. Because the mind is always occupied with the past and the future. And when the baby is born, there is no past. It's total nakedness. It's only future. And as we condition that, and all of us become like that, the past has become nothing but a cripple. And that's what producing a disease. The cancer, the heart disease, the diabetic. You're creating your own miseries. Because you're caught in the illusion of the material world. You have forgotten about the witness. So this rich man is looking for a peace of mind. And he goes from one village to another village. And one village, he met a guy. The guy says, I'm an idiot. He says, you're an idiot? He says, I'm looking for a peace of mind. He says, okay, I'll tell you. You go to the next village, there's a man who's a Swami, and who's a sannyasi, who's a sage, and he will help you. Wow, he goes to that village, and he sees a Zullah. His name was Zullah. And he is sitting under a tree. And the rich man goes to him. He goes on a horse, and the Zullah sees him, and he says, I'm looking for a peace. He says, I can give you peace. No problem. He get down the horse down. He say, I see you all have all kind of jewelers and all kind of precious material with you, and you're holding them tight to your chest. He says, I will give you all that if you give me the peace. He says, no problem, come down. He comes down, and the Zullah goes close to him. He grabs all the basket, the bundle of things which he had, and he starts running. And now this man, who's looking for a peace of mind, start running behind him. But he was heavy, high blood pressure, diabetic, puffing. But this Zullah was a sannyasi. He runs fast. He knows the village, and he's keep running faster and faster and faster. So people start running behind him along with that, and they are all laughing. He said, "You are all idiots." They say, "You are an idiot." He said, "That guy has stolen all my jewelries, diamonds. You should catch him." He said, "He's a sannyasi. He don't need your stuff." But they keep running, laughing. They're following this man, the rich man, the learned man. Finally come back with a bag under the same tree. So he comes, the man comes there, and he immediately, Zullah give him this whole bag back with all his diamonds and jewelries and all the expensive stuff which he brought it in a bag. He hold that in his hand, and then he just to his chest. And Zullah asks him, "You got a peace of mind?" He said, "Yes." Now you can see that you have to lose, and that to get that, that's the only way you can learn. It is called the nakedness. It is called the innocence, the wildness, the clarity, the oneness, the unity. You have to learn how to become a child again, because you have so much conditioned yourself, because you don't know how to become the witness of yourself, and that's why you can't get there. And let me share you the book called, it's signed by Donald Trump. It's called The Prescription for Conditioned Unconsciousness, which you all are sleeping, and Trump is sleeping too. And this book has a chapter, the 15th chapter, called Awakening by the Master. You need to read it every day and follow the instructions and do it for 90 days. And I can assure you, if you are suffering from high blood pressure, a diabetic, arthritis, psoriasis, a cancer, breast cancer, a prostate disease, a prostate PSA, if your PSA is high, that's called the prostate specific antigen. The doctor may want to do the robotic prostatectomy, a radiation. If you have Alzheimer, and if you are overweight, and you're totally deformed, you need to read this chapter and follow the instruction 100%. And I can tell you 90 days, you will wake up and you will become the master of yourself. You will become a witness, but you have to do it. I'm only a messenger. I'm only a guide. I can't be inside of your body. One thing you remember, that whatever you make changes in your life, make sure you talk to your health practitioner. Work with him or her, because they need to learn it. Share with them this chapter so they can coordinate with you, they can synchronize with you, so you can have a total healing at a biocellular level, bioimmunological level, bioimagination level, biovisualization level. Because your body, which is pulsating and vibrating, has a self-induced healing. You have to become the witness. And you have to read the book, and you have to work with your health practitioner. So you can educate him or her, so they can work with you. I request all of you, and I request Donald Trump and his staff to contact us, babasteve.org. Send us an email. Go there, watch it. Get yourself awakened. Make yourself alive. Become totally naked. Become innocent. Become wild. Become life. Become being yourself. That's what the Creator has given you. But you have run away from the Creator. You have run away from the life. You are trying to collect money, $1. And let me tell you today a story about the dollar. And I have to get out from my pocket, which I never thought about that, but I want to share with you. Because that dollar, which is created by their where they talk about life. They talk about life. because you will not find that thing on any currency in the world. And if you look this dollar, one side there's a picture, and that is of George Washington, and then you look the other side and you see the pyramids, and it naturally says in God we trust. But that pyramid which is there, you see an eye there. The $1 bill is the most important bill which they created. And you imagine yourself, if you have $10,000, this dollar value goes down. And if you have 10 million, it goes more down. If you have 100 million, it goes more down. And if you have 1 billion, this becomes nothing. But this is the real thing, what they started when the independence of the United States took place, the life, liberty and happiness. And that is the life. The $1 you earned with your honesty, with sincerity, because you have given this life, this body, free of charge, but you have corrupted it. You have totally destroyed it. Let's come back. Let's respect this dollar, respect this consciousness, respect this witness, respect this creation and the creator, and become one to yourself. But please visit babasteve.org and read that chapter called The Awakening by the Master. That is what I want to teach you and share with you. I request all of you to please live and become the master of yourself. Become the witness of yourself. God bless. Namaste. Amen.